Hey, what's going on YouTube? Just wanted to do a quick update. Since I've dropped a few fish in my tank, see I took the sailfin and the two Bengal cardinals out of quarantine and dropped them in. And man, everything's doing good. We about think about maybe a week and a half with these guys in here. You know, of course, we dealt with the ick issues in the quarantine, and my tank has been fallow for 3 months. So, you know, so far so good. You know, not ruling out anything, man. You never know. You know, I have been introducing coral, so you know, I've been doing the best I could to remove things from plugs and dip corals as best as I can. But you know, there's always that strong possibility. But for right now, you know, we good, and I'm gonna continue to quarantine the rest of the fish that I get in. You know, my main goal with quarantine is not really to try to eliminate every disease and parasite, but it's really to introduce the fish into a less stressful environment that they could settle in and, you know, get fed real well and you know, fatten up and get strong. So when I do throw them in here in the reef, they'll, you know, have a better fighting chance. I mean, you can see this guy. I mean, look how fat he, how fat he is. You know, when I first got him, he was, you know, a little on the slim side, covered with ick. Treated him with copper, and he went through a while without eating, and then, you know, from one day to the next, man, he just found his second wind and fought through it. It's looking good. Of course, my Bengals are always strong, man. Those guys breed like every other week. There's the other one over here. They're always just a female. She's always dancing. So yeah. So a few more items for this tank that I want to do as far as stock list is concerned. Definitely want to add some more wrasses to the tank. I actually have a powder blue tang in quarantine that I'm gonna put in here. He's actually going through a little fight right now with egg, no spots, but I see him scratching. So he's actually in I think it's day 2 or day 4 of copper. So, you know, but he's eating real good. He's eating constantly, and he's doing real good. So I'm actually excited about that. I think he's gonna pull through. He's at a full dosage of copper now, and I haven't seen any heavy breathing or anything like that. He's not affected at all. So I think he's gonna pull through. So I'm gonna definitely, once he finishes his copper treatment, I'll put him in here in an acclimation box for maybe a week or 2 so the sailfin tank can get used to him being in here, and then I'll release them. I think they'll be fine. I mean, I've kept cichlids before, man, and I've dealt with fish aggression, and I think I don't know, trial and error. We'll see what happens. You know, you guys can leave in the comments and let me know how you guys think it'll turn out. You know, but time will tell. So this is just a little quick update I wanted to just put out of my reef. You know, no editing or anything like that. Just a quick little video. I'm not gonna go through all the corals. I'm gonna just, you know, give you guys a little quick shot of everything. You know, you got my little Zoa gardens coming out nicely down here. Let's see, you got the rosters on there. Those are the only ones that I really know the name of. I think one of them is called, these red ones in the middle are called the gorilla nipples, I think. I know the green ones are the radioactive dragon eyes. And over on this side, we have the fire and ice, those red ones, fire and ice. As for the rest of them, I don't know the rest of them. These are just some more that I've had. I call this my bank over here. That big green piece, those, and then the other piece that's down there on the sand bed, I call that my bank. You know, whenever I want to get some credit at the fish store, I just pull off a piece of those or a piece of the other one in the back, take them in. And I got a store that usually gives me a nice little chunk of change for some frags. So I do the same thing with my Duncan. Look at this Duncan, how fat it is, fat and healthy. So I can get $5 a head for these Duncans. So I do pretty well with those. I just use them to get little stuff. Like, I think the zoanthids have paid for all these little pieces that I have on here. Same thing with these candy canes. That piece in the back is another piece that I broke off that I'm preparing to take in and get something for it. Got a little thing of star polyps down there that's just sitting there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet, but that was part of my previous setup. Let's take a look at these acros. Everything is polyped out, looking good. Still trying to work on this lighting for filming, guys. I'm, new to the game, so check out this Millie, this self-entangle move. Check out the Millie. He's definitely hairy and fat, happy. This is a Smurf Millie. The colors are crazy on this, man. When it's under all blues, it's got like a pinkish body with blue tips. It's very nice. Got another one down here, Aqua ASD Millie. This right here is my prize piece right here. That's Tyree Pink Lemonade. Beautiful piece, man. It's happy, man. Under the blues, man, it just looks crazy, man. When it's under all blues with those pink polyps and the green and yellow base, man, it's beautiful. It's actually grown a lot when from the first time I got it. When I first got it, it was a little nub. Now it's got that branch coming off of it. It's looking nice. It's doing well. Got some ACAN enchiladas down here, rainbow ACAN enchiladas. Got Steve. It's my hermit crab, Steve. He done picked up some this shell. Actually, man, this shell has been in my tank for maybe as long as he has. It's been, he's been with me since day one, almost 2 years, maybe a little over 2 years, something like that. And that shell, I think, was his original shell. I don't know. It was a shell that's been in there a long time. It's covered in coralline. And I took it and I was like, man, you know what? I want to decorate these, decorate the shell with some zoanthids, and I put some zoanthids on top of it. And like the next day, the shell was gone. I'm like, man, I didn't pay no attention. And then, I was just looking in my tank and I just seen the shell and it was moving. I'm like, what in the world? Steve picked up the shell. I guess he wants to be designer. He wants to be flashy for all the females, so the zoanthids, they open up, but not much because he's always moving them. So, man, this is the coral that's showing the most growth in my tank, and I guess it has to do with the flow, because he's in a point where the flow is meeting on from both sides. Flow from the left, flow from the right. They're meeting right here in the middle. And just look at the white tips. So got Jodel coral in the back there. It's looking nice, polyped out. Looking real nice. Look at that forest fire digi. Looking nice. Everything is looking good in my tank right now, man. I'm very happy. Everything is looking nice, man. Look at this torch coral. It's crazy. Look how he stretches out. It's beautiful, man. Got the Hollywood stunner. Just Red Monty, I gotta glue him back. He broke. I actually stuck my hand and chipped him off of this piece here, man. It was a beautiful round shape. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I have a page. I have a post on there with a beautiful round, Monty. But I broke him, so I'm gonna see if I can fix him and glue him back after this video. See if I can get him back up. A few frags that I call the rejects. I really just haven't found a place to put them, and they've been on the bottom. They're not really coloring up. This one's a real nice one right here. This is called I think it's a blue teal something like that. It's got some nice colors to it. Green with the blue tips. Very nice. Got the little yellow to it as well under the blues. Nice. That's just the rock I feed my tang nori on. Got to get that out of there. He has some nori. I usually give my tangs nori once a week, maybe twice a week. I also feed them algae from my refugium. I have a refugium, and I'll show you guys that in another video, because this video is already getting long. But I keep Chaeto in there, got Caulerpa, got a couple different types of algae in that refugium. So I just pull out a handful and throw it in the tank, and you know, he goes to town on it. So, you know, I've been doing that since he's been in quarantine. I've been throwing it in the quarantine and he's been eating it. And now I'm doing the same thing with the powder blue that I have in quarantine. And he's not really eating the Chaeto right now, but he does go after the Caulerpa, which is great. So, you know, the reason I like doing that is because I'm not adding any extra nutrients to the tank as far as adding any lure or anything like that. I'm just, you know, pulling what's already in the tank out and putting it up in, you know, letting the fish eat it, you know, and it's basically recycling the same nutrients. So, you know, works out that way. I don't dose this tank with anything at the moment. I haven't dosed anything in this tank. I don't have any plans to start dosing right now. I just, you know, I'm just very religious with my water changes, man. I do 20% water change once a week, every Sunday. I do a water change, so, you know, I plan on doing that for as long as the corals will allow me to do it. You know, eventually I'm pretty sure they're gonna outgrow, you know, the water changes, and then I may have to start supplementing and dosing and stuff like that. But until I get there, I'm kind of fine with the way I am. I don't want to start, you know, stressing anything out if it don't need to, you know, if it's not asking for it, you know. So, you know, my plans are, I definitely want to upgrade this tank to a Red Sea Reef for 750. So I think what I'm gonna do is, you know, just allow these corals to kind of outgrow this tank. You know, it's gonna be based on the corals and the fish. You know, that's gonna determine when I upgrade. You know, I know these tanks need some, you know, need a lot of swimming room. They're juveniles right now, so they're kind of doing fine. Or at least this one is. I'll see once I throw the powder blue in there. But, you know, I'm ready to go with the Red Sea 750. I just haven't pulled the trigger because I just, you know, I've been doing fine with this one, and I really didn't want to get into the whole setup. But, you know, if I need to do it, you know, I'll go ahead and pull that trigger. But I'm just kind of, I wanted to use this as my test tank, my grow out tank. I literally just started keeping SPS maybe about 3 months ago. You know, after I went through that whole ordeal with Hurricane Irma, you know, I started, actually a friend gave me some frags because he found out about what happened with me with my tank, and he gave me some small pieces of SPS, and I killed them all. Everything died except for that one digi right there. And so, you know, that's kind of what got me into SPS. You know, I was kind of determined, man, I want to figure out why I couldn't keep SPS, because I know I can keep, you know, LPS, torches, and frog spawns, you know, soft cores. That's what I had in my tank before the hurricane crash. So, but yeah, man. So I'm just gonna allow these corals to grow out, and you know, they'll determine when I decide to move up, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short here because it's already going on, it looks like 12-13 minutes. So thanks guys for watching, and stay tuned. I should have an update coming out, another update coming out hopefully by the end of the week, or in the next week, because we're already at the end of the week. Thanks for watching guys, I'm out.